Is there a Facebook message or one of those, whatever happens?
I could do a little bit. I'll get my 10 friends.
All right. Hello, guys, and welcome to Behind the Bunker. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, from Memphis, Tennessee, slightly down the street from Graceland. With me, I have Joe and Gavin.
That's right.
Hi. I've got my blue suede shoes on.
And we also have Josh Zubizabrickus.
Yes, salutations.
And B. Paxson / Young.
How y'all doing?
We all's as goods. That was my accent.
We's are great. And Matt,
We's.
just a reminder, you might have to open up YouTube to turn the live stream on for YouTube as well.
Because I got nothing there.
Nothing,
Jerry.
So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are live at Paintball Extravaganza. It's our regular Monday night show. We are going to be live from the show floor on Wednesday night, so be prepared for that. We got nothing from the show for you yet because it hasn't opened yet. It opens tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning we're going to start putting all the new great stuff from the show and compile that so that you guys can see on Wednesday night.
When you say the show isn't open, that hasn't stopped George from streaking in his brand new Behind the Bunker leggings.
Better not be.
If
I see that, I'm going to lose my...
I took a walk through where the show is, and there's everyone's... Yes, I was walking through Memphis. That's a joke.
That's shaking his head.
Dad joke. Anyway, I walked through, and people are still setting up. So this show is not ready. Ray from Ninja setting up, but GI setting up. I saw some other people, so they're just setting up.
Yeah. We are out of studio, so we don't have all the technologies that we would have at our studio, but we are going to start watching your live comments. So if you guys want to post up in there, let us know how it sounds and looks, just to make sure that we are not broadcasting to nobody. Do you guys see us on YouTube or just on Facebook right now?
Just on the Facebook.
Got a few likes. I'm going to try to...
Very good.
I'm sharing it right now as we speak.
How many places?
With my 10 friends.
All right, I see Greg Hastings watching, but if Greg Hastings is here, you're on a mission here to come find us. We have one empty seat beside B.
Yeah,
come on, Greg. You could sit right next to me.
You can hear my sonar pinging.
Ping.
We are live on the YouTubes as well.
YouTube.
So we're good.
So tonight we're going to talk about the show, what's happening at the show. We also have a couple topics we want to talk to you guys about. So where should we start? So the show opens tomorrow, B?
Show does open tomorrow morning, bright and early. I want to say it opens up at, let me check the book here, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Boom.
No, 7 a.m.
No,
Pre-registered early check-in only.
That's pretty early.
That's nonsense.
It's
Tell me, B, were you here this morning?
I was.
Did you have the breakfast buffet? Is it good?
It isn't bad. It
Don't
is
say it isn't
edible.
bad. Oh.
Yes.
Such high hopes.
But it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Is there croissants?
There are some bagels, some muffins, some
I asked specifically
eggs,
for
sausage, bacon, croissant.
Now, is it Canadian bacon or is it regular bacon?
It's regular bacon, unfortunately for you guys.
It's all
Regular
right.
bacon.
Yes.
That's fine.
But I don't have a stomach ache today, so after eating breakfast, the
Wow,
breakfast
you're really
is
selling us
actually
on
You're
the
selling
very
us.
good.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah.
In other Paintball Extravaganza news, we're going to deviate now from food to new stuff. I got an email today from GI stating that some new products are going to be released, but we can't talk about them to the public until tomorrow.
Understood.
So I can't tell you about them, but I know what they are. But there's a couple good things.
So if you're not here right now or tomorrow, you'll have to wait till live when we show Behind the Bunker right here in the...
This is Monday.
Yes, Wednesday we're having a show.
Wednesday we're doing a live show.
Yeah.
All right. So this hot off the press.
Did I just have a stroke?
In the
or
live
like what?
chat, why don't we go to Gus's for breakfast tomorrow?
They don't have.
I'll go.
Apparently they have
There's some
breakfast.
Does it open
people,
at 6 a.m.?
I can't have.
I don't know. Ryan
fried
McGee in the chat
chicken.
says go to Gus's for breakfast.
I can't go to Gus's for breakfast.
Why
Joe
not?
wants the fried chicken skins.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Should find out if they
Yeah,
serve that
we're
at
going to
6
be busy
a.m.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we'll see how it goes. We do want to get to
Okay.
Gus's at some point during the show. So
May
then, okay,
close
so the
tonight.
show opens
During the
tomorrow.
show, are we leaving now?
Sorry, I'm multitasking.
Take this on the
Good
road.
night, everybody. Thank you for watching.
What time do they close?
Mic drop. 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but we'll be
Yeah,
done here
soon.
at 8 this time.
Did you change
No,
your watch?
7. We'll be done at 8.
Oh, we're
Oh,
on,
let's take a look.
That's right. We're
Are
on
we
Memphis
early?
time. We
Yeah,
are. We're an
'cause
hour
we're
early.
walking on
And I know
Memphis.
everybody who's tuned in this evening is really concerned about where we're going to eat. That
Matt's
is why
giving
you
us
tuned in.
the move
Gavin's
forward.
fed up. Gavin's tired.
There's,
and
there's
Gavin's
nothing more exciting than finding out where we're going to eat.
Gavin's
tell us,
not in
Gavin,
the,
what really
Gavin's
grinds your
not
gears?
in the mood for our food.
I'm not in the
talk.
mood for any tomfoolery at all this evening. It's all business.
All
Business.
business.
All business.
We're growing paintball.
We are
All
going
right.
to grow paintball. I have a new hashtag that I've adopted recently. Not only grow paintball, try paintball, but we play paintball, because you can have a snapshot of the people playing paintball, and they're all different. So
I like it.
Paintball, as we know it, appeals to the masses as a population as a whole. So it's hashtag
We play paintball.
Could be anybody.
Like
Then eat.
and share. Like
Then
and
eat.
share. It's Greg.
So, couple things, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello,
Pamela,
Milo.
she's a girl, says Uber Eats will send Gus's.
We don't want that. We want to be
And,
there.
I want the
uh,
I
experience.
want the full Gus's experience.
Ryan McGee says, I can see Gavin's nose hairs on the 50-inch flat screen I'm watching on, so I guess our stream is nice and crystal clear, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, I pinned Gavin
news.
down before we left.
That's
and
where
I
the story
poked his
has to
nose
end
hairs
right
out.
now, because what happens on the road stays on the road.
And I'm like, clearly,
There's no ding up here.
Clearly
What's
I gotta
going
do
on?
I don't have my
maintenance.
belt.
Oh.
Hi, Milo. Hi,
Yes.
Parker. They were incidentally Meg-fed. Hashtag.
Yeah.
Lay down the law, Gavin, says Ralph Kleinschmidt.
That's right.
All right, if any of you guys are actually at Paintball Extravaganza, I implore you to come find us. We are here. We're
like
just
a-
not telling you where
It's like
we
a Where's
are.
Waldo game.
Yes. If you can find us, you win a prize. I will give away a Destiny tech shirt.
Now,
Size small.
Here,
I know,
Send it.
I know where we are.
Send it.
I know where we are.
A Destiny
First person
tech
to walk in that doorway right there will get it.
Now, yeah, I'm going to just turn your mic down a little bit, B, because
'Cause
you're,
I'm
you're,
loud.
well, you're shouting at everybody at home, which is fine.
I'm in theater, so I'm sorry.
Very good. Okay, so the show opens at 7. That's as far as we got to.
What time do we have to be there?
Yes, 7 a.m.
Then what time
Event
does the show
registration
floor
opens.
open?
The show floor will open, I believe, at also 8 a.m. Oh, no, 10 a.m. Thank you, Thomas Gee. 10 a.m.
Even when you read it, I can hear his accent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's good. So 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, that is when we are going to go on the floor. We'll take some videos and some images of all the great new things. And yeah, hopefully we'll find some new things. There's been some hints from GI. There's been hints from other companies. So time will tell. We won't know until tomorrow morning.
And B, how many classes will be running this weekend? Oh, I guess.
Yeah, thanks for asking me these questions, Thomas Gee. You should come up here. Come on up, Thomas. Come on, Gee. No,
He's
he
just
doesn't
sitting
wanna do
down
it.
there
How many
smirking.
classes will we be having, Tom Gee?
Oof.
We're going to have a lot of classes, everyone.
And
all right here. Go to the website at pb-events.com.
pb-events.com.
We're also hosting our own classroom. Anybody that's from Canada, we're having a Canadian-only field and shop owner
Sort of meet
discussion
and greet,
on.
sort of the
lots
state.
of lots of apologies.
Lots. Yeah. So we're sorry. We're late. Or sorry, I didn't wear the
Sorry,
right
we're
shirt.
here.
No, we're not. No way. This is awesome. And then everybody that, you still lots of time. If you are a field owner and you are, 12-hour driving distance, and you can make your way down here, come on down.
Do it.
Come on down for a day. Meet and greet. Talk to some other field owners. I personally think the entire continent should be divided into different regions, and then each region can sort of talk to the field owners.
About what they're
in other
doing.
regions and how they're doing, what they're
Absolutely.
doing, sort of follow trends and stuff. If all the field owners divided the continent like they would a field map, came up with some scenarios and one mission only to grow paintball, that'd be pretty awesome.
100%.
And if it continues to grow, it can turn into a survivor type game, like the Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games.
Each
Yeah.
region faces each other
That's
in a
right.
death match.
Now, B, did you look on your itinerary? I'm being told there's a late-minute hosting of a new thing here. Ryan McGee says, don't forget the Behind the Bunker is hosting the How Not to Suck Doing a Paintball Show seminar.
That's right.
I like it.
Is there space in that seminar? Because I would like to
I
learn.
think
Yes, we all need to
we
go to that
get
seminar.
there.
We need to learn how to not to suck.
And
Ouch.
our friend David Generou wants to
Generou?
know what time the show starts on Wednesday, guys.
8
It is
p.m.
8 p.m. And Wolf Critchlow is watching.
Wolfie,
Very
little
nice, Wolf.
Wolfie Critchlow. Here's George Hay.
George, hey,
Look at
our
this.
intern.
Hey!
Hey!
We'll pass one
George
down.
brought us some
Thank
bells.
you,
Look at that.
George. And you win a size small Destiny Tech shirt.
To go with your behind the bunker tights.
Okay, I would like to know in the
Boo-ha.
live chat, who would like to see George Hay in a small T-shirt?
Me.
First of all, will it fit over his head?
Mike.
Yes.
I'm just happy he's wearing jeans right now, to be perfectly honest with you.
Wolf said B.
B.
Like your name B, not like the alphabet.
Oh, okay.
B-E-A.
Hello.
As opposed to D-E-A.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
a good thing.
So
Yes.
thank you guys for tuning in and watching us. Do we have anyone on YouTube? Are you guys watching YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay, very good. I like your enthusiasm. Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had some wonderful feedback that I was screaming into my microphone, so I
Someone-
adjusted it.
So now that we're talking to Gavin, let's bring this up. Who,
Yeah.
we're going to listen to you guys at home, who out of all of us today got picked for random extra screening? We're going to wait and see if you guys want to post that up in the live chat. See who you think that. Did you get posted as well?
And Missoula, they got me.
Missoula.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's always in the crotch area too. It's very unusually uncomfortable.
We don't call that. We in Canada don't call that the Missoula.
It's like why? You know,
Good joke. Oh, I'm on fire.
you're on fire.
Missoula Oblongata.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah,
So
so,
you gotta
one
do-
of us got pulled into extra screening, and because of that, we all kind of got held up. But it didn't matter because our airplane didn't leave until, what was it, an hour?
It was an hour and
late.
10 minutes
Yeah.
late because they had to change a light bulb or something.
So, okay, so...
A light
I
burnt
don't-
out.
okay, so a
And
light
some guy
burned out.
complained about the smell. So
It
he's like-
smells. It
Yeah.
smells. We can't take off. It smells.
So we had to stop and wait. Well, a technician came from across the other side of the airport on his skateboard. Well, then he changed it. So
Yeah, so if you're the wiener in the green hat on our plane earlier today, screw you.
Oh,
Shame on you.
Yeah.
you know what? I'm going to pass you guys these while we're chitter-chattering.
What
So
chitter-chattering?
the show opens on...
tomorrow morning,
Tomorrow
Tuesday
I'll
morning.
give you guys those
Do you want
right
lots
there.
of words or no words?
No words, please.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
What is the question anyway?
Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Oh,
But so the show opens tomorrow.
This is a perfect question. Oh my gosh, because I know the answer.
Well, it's not a
Oh.
question.
Okay. Do you want me to
It-
start?
you know, it's a comment to the question we're about to ask.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll I guess we'll get right into that. So why don't we talk paintball for a second here, guys? Aside from the show, we'll get to more of that in a few minutes. And Greg Hastings, we're still waiting for you to walk in those doors. You just have to find us,
he
my
can't
friend.
find us.
I know. He was. If we were underwater, he'd be able to find us.
I
but-
would also like to
Ask questions, Greg.
shout out to everybody that's registering for Red Dawn 15. Thanks very much. Keep on registering. Pre-registration ends soon. Russian or Rebel, Wolverines. Get yourselves registered. I can see all the registrations coming in, even from Memphis. So they're coming in through the internets, and away we go. So get yourself registered, save, and help defend the homeland.
Keep on keeping on.
Yes.
All right, so the question is, guys,
Yes.
and B, this is great that you're here as well. Not, this is going to sound really insulting, but we want to know, what was the best era for paintball guns?
Ooh.
Okay, so you could argue.
Look at you, Todd.
We could argue today, greatest technologies. We can argue the Model 98 when it first came out. So we asked all you guys on the Facebooks, the YouTubes, and the Instagrams, and you all posted. So we have some of your comments right now. We're also going to watch you guys live in the chat. So if you have anything that you'd like to pipe in, let us know. And B, why don't you start with your comment there?
For me, the best era of paintball markers. Golly, I don't want to
You
start
got to think about
first.
that,
I
right?
really
Well, what
have
is-
to
what
think
was your
about
sheet?
that. My sheet here says, oh, Chris Davies says, when Planet Eclipse releases the LV2, that'll be the best time in paintball marker era.
Are we going to see that tomorrow?
You know what?
Oh, there's some good.
I know the answer to the question. Should I reveal it?
Yeah, I would like to know.
There, it's not here.
No, because Planet Eclipse is actually releasing their cocker tomorrow.
Yes, it's a
What?
big secret.
What era are we in? Also,
2020.
I have a special. Todd just got a hello from his wife and his daughter.
Ah,
My
very
wife
nice.
and my daughter.
Which wife?
Your wife,
I know,
Corey, and your daughter Q
Well, I'm-
have said hello. But you refer to them as my wife and my daughter, so
My wife
I
and
wasn't
my
going to
daughter.
deviate from that. Even though you're talking to me, it's about my sister. You still call her your wife.
Well, hello at home.
Can we go back to talk about what we're eating?
Yes. Okay. So best era then, Josh. What do you got on your sheets?
I got an interesting one from Brian at Inception. It says, "It has not arrived yet. The greatest era of paintball is ahead of us. The excitement behind modern mechanical paintball will drive innovation into new exciting products. New products will be manufactured with the knowledge of what was done wrong in the past, can prepare in the days of the gear ahead. Hashtag ICC 4 minutes." Thank you, Brian, for a very Inception-y design answer.
Maybe he knows something that we don't know.
I think he's got a pretty good inside view of what goes on at Inception.
And I have one from Chip Stolfus. Pardon me if I butchered your last name. And he said, when Special Ops was in its heyday.
Oh, that was a good time.
Yeah.
What do you think, Todd?
Spec Ops. I remember I'm trying to remember what event I saw Spec Ops at when I actually went and got.
You brought stuff back, the first generation pants and jerseys.
So it was SC Village. I went to a practice there on their speedball fields, and they had some sort of a tournament going on. That's what it was. It was a tournament I went down for, and they had a bunch of vendors, and Spec Ops was there. And I said, hey, I really like your stuff. I would like to take home a pair of pants, a couple of jerseys, a couple of packs of whatever it was that they had. And he goes, well, you can buy this because it's for sale, but these are prototypes. But I go, well, I'd really like to take some of it home. So I bought some of his prototypes and some of his stuff, and I brought it home. And I think we sold some of it out of our store. We gave a couple guys some stuff. But that was he was still selling out of the back of his car at that point. But his stuff was pretty awesome.
Yep.
But if we're going to talk about packs and stuff like that, I'm going to say the best era for those were NXE. I know Greg's going to be killing me that I'm not saying Reds, but NXE back in the day was probably one of the best pod packs ever made. Second to maybe the Evil and the Extreme Rage pairs. Those were pretty good back in the day.
I quite enjoyed my War Game product pack.
They were great, but the Velcro didn't last.
But it had its own dump pouch.
That was trend setting.
Hey, we have someone who walked into the studio. Introduce yourself, sir.
John Tankersley. I go by Tank. I'm with Tank's Paintball.
And you win the size small shirt.
You get a small, and you get a small.
Awesome.
I love Tank so much.
So
Tank
I love
is my
B.
favorite. He's
So
my life coach, you guys.
She's
just
my
so you
paintball
know.
wife.
Yes.
So you've been around
Thanks,
the industry
Kelly.
for a number of years.
Yes, a few.
Talk to us about your thoughts. We're talking best era, and it could be guns, gear, paint, because we'll get into that in a minute.
Wow.
But give me a good product. And to get you started, let's talk about paint. I would say one of the best years for paint was easily 15 years ago.
Yeah.
We saw some of that tournament paint coming out, and I don't think we've ever shot paint as good since then.
Well, I'm a little biased with that because I worked with Zap, and I was the
Zap.
and I loved it.
That was made.
I love
30
the
minutes.
Zap.
That was made an hour
Zap
from
was
us.
Yeah.
some
in
good
Strathroy.
paintball.
I went 2 days a month to the factory, so it was awesome in London.
Yep.
So it was awesome. But yeah, it's I got to say the Chronic Pro 420 was the pinnacle of paintball, is my honest opinion, for paintballs.
Yeah.
I have
wipe
to
it.
agree with you, Tank.
Couldn't wipe it. It was awesome.
Okay, I will concede to that, but I will also say that next up there would be a toss-up between Marbleizer when it was awesome.
Original Marv?
Original
Original,
Marv.
Yeah,
yes.
original Mark.
And All-Star was exactly
All-Star.
the same. It was the same ball, just it had stars, not stripes on it.
It's more patriotic.
And I'm going to say Evil
California.
when it had the clear shell.
What about California Magnum?
California.
Good.
When California Magnum Solar Pink was my favorite paint ever.
Or the what is it? The scented paintballs too.
Oh, banana balls?
Banana balls.
Zap made scented paintballs.
Alex Frazier
Gavin,
comes
look
to
at the end of
mind.
the
Didn't taste like bananas, though.
No, it did not. It didn't.
Yeah. I'm just gonna mute you until you get that fixed, so we don't get a popping.
Just
sound
shut
there.
your mouth.
Yes.
Shut your mouth until you learn to
Pile,
speak.
Tank.
So Billy in the chat says Pro Ball.
Pro bounce? Yeah.
Pro Ball. Eric Engler says he's watching. That's very creepy.
Very creepy.
Patrick McKenna said Gap. I've got to be honest with you, I've never shot any Gap, so I
Great
can't
American
speak to that.
paintballs. I think those were the predecessor to APX.
This just in. From Tom.
He pointed at me. He agrees.
I can't read that. Is there a doctor in the
Oh,
house?
Tom says
Stingray.
Stingray era.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Stingray era used in the mass marketing growth of the sport. This is the Tom Geese, his scrawl.
Tom,
I was able-
I watched him watch that. He had the pen in his mouth.
He had the Stingray era, so he was just holding on to it. Can I chime in with
Yeah,
my
go
era?
ahead.
I think the era where you had the VM68s, this sort of the second generation semi-automatics perfected, the PMI3, the VM68, then Protein Products came out with the Car 68 AT, the one they made for the Rangers at Fort Benning that was really the first scenario gun even made. That's when I think paintball sort of got elevated, and you started to have a division between recreational and sort of a more enthusiast time, sort of a scenario guy. And at that point, you also had the Automags sort of coming into their own. That's the era, I think, of actual semi-automatic paintball markers that actually worked consistently.
Now, what do you think about Zach's comment? He says Draxus was the best. There was some good Draxus paint. Carl says, what about Dynasty, that banana and bubblegum?
I agree.
scented?"
Yes.
Talking about that,
I
yeah.
was just saying that earlier.
And Ryan McGee says Stingray with HPA. That was a ticking time bomb.
No way, HPA will work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Richard Pressling says his answer for the best era is tomorrow. It's always tomorrow. We wait with bated breath for the next newest thing. He's played tourneys in the early 90s in the woods, Conkers, Mags. They ruled. They turned up with anything else. You might as well turn around and go home. He's nostalgic for the old days, and there's something special about a full-blown cacker block going back and forth. That's God's handiwork, as he says. The rock steady stabilizing of a mag was the way to be felt in hand. Amazing, but I still wait for that, what tomorrow brings. So I would agree with him in terms of the era. I think today, the present is a really great time to for the sport, because you have such a variety of genres and equipment available and technology available. So if you are the Joe Tinkerer, you can grab equipment, you can tinker with it, you can add extra stuff to it. If you want something that you can use straight out of the box, you can use that. We have mag fed, we have pump, we have stock, we have electro, so there's much more variety in terms of how you can play. So I think now is the era of paintball.
Oh, sorry. Josh had his hand up first.
Oh, did he? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I would also like to add to Gavin. This is actually a great time for a beginner to get into the sport, because now you have, up until about 3 years ago, you really had regular paintball to choose from. So if you didn't like the impact of the traditional or regular paintball, you may have strayed away. But now with the advent of low impact paintball, and it's really opened it up to the masses, if you will. Like you'd have a 10-year-old kid coming in for a birthday party, not only having to worry about getting his hopper kicked off by Gavin, but just the fact that you'd know there'd be a
That's
group.
that's still a risk.
There'd be a group of 10 kids, and out of those 10 kids, there might be one or two kids that there might be some tears developed from. But now with the low impact paintball, you can feel good about giving out your equipment to 10-year-old kids, going to play paintball, having a great time, coming back with smiles on their face, knowing that their parents may or may not rebook for another birthday party. So I think this is a great time to be a beginner in paintball, because you've got so many options and coming into the sport of where you can go. It should help. #GrowPaintball.
Yay.
I agree.
Yeah. All right.
Do you carry that soapbox with you everywhere? Or
I did. It's
portable.
And I did, and I had special clearance from what is
Clearance?
it? Clearance from Homeland Security to bring my soapbox across the border. It went through the radar and everything, or the X-ray, and it was fine.
that easy to get them right back up
Yep,
on
I
top
can
of it.
bring my soapbox wherever I go, and if you
Should
don't
use
like
a milk
it,
crate. It's a
too
little
bad.
taller.
Because if you don't want me in this industry, somebody else
Yeah.
will.
Greg Beck in the live chat says Hopper Kickers Unite.
Booyah.
We need some patches.
And some sassy one says grow the sport, promote low impact.
That's right. It's
I agree.
Less,
There you
Point.
go.
Less
Very
stingy.
good point.
As a field owner, I love it.
Stingy. Very good.
Stingy.
What about you, Josh? We haven't heard from your sheet much. What do you got?
Oh, he's got a lot.
Josh
You got it.
Mornhart says mid 90s to early 2000s, before space guns became the norm.
I don't know. I think I look back at 2004, 2005 as an era as may not be the best, but that was the fastest changing era ever when the DM4 came out and the Shocker and the Impulse was still at its peak.
when
Angel was
batteries started
going,
going in the ground.
batteries started going in,
Right,
and
right.
just before ramping boards from today
Ramping!
all these boards would come in, but just before then, when the guns changed from that, there was a real neat era there, a real neat learning curve. Guys were having these fantastic guns, but they weren't ramping it, so they weren't shooting everybody up. I thought that was a really good time. And the technology evolved in those just 2 or 3 years. We haven't seen anything like that since.
Do you remember
know?
when you were overshot by being hit with 3 balls?
He's peppering me.
That guy's an animal.
Yeah.
Those were the days. Sorry, Matt.
What else you got there, Josh?
John Maskin talks about, again, early 90s to 2000s, where he says, when we were still figuring out this game, experimenting with oddball upgrades like the ramrod barrel.
Back in college.
Yeah, and other weird parts. He also had great gear like Reds and Renegade.
Yeah, you got to be careful when
Yeah.
your gear's Reds.
Yep. What's
Still-
that?
still some of
what's
the
that
most
part?
sought-after stuff,
What's that
right?
part? B that when you went through security, they were doing something with your hood.
My crotch?
No, the other
No.
word. What,
No.
what was the word you called it?
What?
Medulla.
Her
Missoula.
The Missoula.
Yeah.
Thank you, Missoula.
Yes,
Well,
Missoula.
TSA.
So we're watching your live comments, guys. We're going to get back to it in just a sec. And guys, I know you have a few more on your sheet, but before we do that, can I tell you guys about something very cool? Planet Eclipse. Did you know that they are the creators of the most incredible tournament paintball markers, soft goods, and gear, the winningest paintball markers in paintball, and now innovators in mechanical actions, including the new M170R and the new MG 100 MagFed marble. Check them out at your local retailer today.
Enola Gay is the world's leading manufacturer of smoke grenades, thunder flash, airsoft, and paintball grenades for use in theater, film, photography, and of course paintball. Pull an EG tab at your next event. Hashtag Pop Smoke.
And Arabs are proudly made right here in this country, the US of A. Their thick welded seam, stainless steel, hardware, multiple color options and layouts are available. 2020 fields are shipping. Ask for full color printing, custom logo options, and customize your next field with Arabs.
Air ups.
Booyah!
I like them a lot.
Ruthless Paintball Products caters to both professional players and weekend warriors. They have set a new level of paintball playing apparel. You can head over to their website now and use our BTB15 promo code for 15% off.
Very good.
Oh, who's that?
More.
In the
More than just
Oh.
swabs and pads. Exalt is a way of life available at discerning fields, shops, and
Burn.
shows. The tournament-ready, battle-proven Exalt.
In the beginning, you fell out of a tree. You stumbled down a rocky cliff. You ate chest deep through a mosquito-infested bog. Then you realize you're surrounded. It's party time. You own a Tippmann, now combine Empire, JT, Tippmann, and V-Force. You get the world's largest distributor for everything paintball, GI Sports.
DLX Technologies, guys, the manufacturer of the Lux paintball marker, as well as other great product lines like the SP Shocker, the GOG Enemy, and the Freak Barrels. A longtime manufacturer of paintball gear, they have the product that you can trust. And the product is outstanding.
For over 50 years, Altama has proudly carried militaries from across the globe through every challenging environment, including malls, jungles, deserts, and urban battle zones. Make Altama your next paintball,
normally does?
airsoft, or EDS everyday shoe. Look for Altama Original SWAT and First Tactical at a leading retailer near you.
Oh, yeah,
if you're in the Texas area, drop by Tanks Paintball for some real Texas fun.
Yeehaw.
All right.
Thank you.
Can I just do a quick service?
Yeah.
A PSA?
No, we're not done.
Not all ninjas wear black.
There we go.
Yes. Ninja Paintball for all your air hose, high pressure regulators, tanks,
Remote.
and remote lines, and much, much more. Made in America and always full of air.
America.
Boom.
I mean, right here.
Sorry to step on your read there, Josh, but I wanted to
That's
do
fine.
a...
Everybody else does.
Apologize to Ninja.
And
That was pretty
Ninja,
inconsiderate.
absolutely,
Ray.
completely. But
I believe he's here,
sorry.
actually.
But this sort of segues into what I was trying to... Somebody play some Sarah McLachlan music right now.
I will remember.
For 60 cents a day, you can get us more sheets so that we don't have to spread this read around across the table.
Oh my goodness.
That's right.
You're like Sally
So
Struthers.
smart.
A little bit.
And that's why you
Sally
get the big
Struthers.
bucks.
My computer's dead.
Okay.
All right.
All right, show's over.
All right.
All right, so first of all, thank you to Tank for jumping in. I appreciate you, sir.
No problem.
Is he off timeout now? He can speak.
appreciates
Long time
about you.
watcher, first time honor,
Honor.
being on the show.
Yes, that's right.
So-
Yeah, it is. Is it your first time, Tank, being on
No,
the
I
show?
was at
PAX.
PAX in San Antonio.
That's
Oh,
that was
right.
fun.
That
Right.
was
With
a good
Gregory.
one.
Gavin and I don't remember that because we weren't there.
It's
No.
yeah, a
I
long
was
time
there,
ago
y'all.
too.
There's something about not being invited.
I was much younger.
We were all much younger.
But clearly you made an impression because they remembered that you were on the show.
Well, I'm kind of a small guy, so it's pretty easy to remember that, you know.
That's right. I'm going to go back on.
Well, we are broadcasting in wide format tonight, so we will be fine. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to the topic at hand. So we're talking about best era of paintball that you've ever been through, and I want to let's single out one thing. I want to single out loaders in a minute.
Okay.
We've already talked
Oh.
about paintball, but I want to talk about paintball guns. Let's talk about the best paintball gun, and we're going to take this off the board right now and make it even worse. I don't want to hear about the Model 98. Model 98 is the industry leader in rentals. It's the workhorse. It's the tractor. It's the gun that keeps on giving. But let's put all of that aside. Let's talk about a gun or a marker that you got that was the best, and maybe it's understated, maybe it's not, but what do you think was the workhorse? And I'll give you an example. We talked about this the other day off air. The Ego 08, when that came out, and the 07, they just worked. They were workhorses. They were, I regret selling mine because I think that was a gun that I should have just kept in my gear bag, and anytime my other gun wasn't working, I could have grabbed it and it would have worked for me.
Totally.
B,
Yes.
what do you think? Best gun.
I have to feel. I'm with you there. I agree with you there because that's right around when Planet Eclipse really hit the scene and just grew from there. Don't you agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And David Veldoff says he loves me, but you more.
Aw, thank you, David.
Yeah.
That's very nice. But I also have to say another time, Tom K versus Bud Orr.
There is no
Mhm.
war.
That
No.
era.
That's
That's an
easy.
era, you
They're
guys.
best friends.
They are best friends.
But we all know
it's
who
an
won
era
that, though.
because the airgun
Clearly it was
design
Automate.
folks and the autococker folks always, right? But yet Tom and Bud were like, oh, look at this.
Yeah.
You know?
You had
had
you had the Midwest against the West.
Ah,
Pretty
that's
much.
You
yeah,
had the
that's true.
autococker gentlemen versus the mag-fed fellers.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a very good era. Good times.
Josh is shaking his head.
You
Matt's
realize you
shaking his
are
head.
outnumbered here, by the way, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, Dan Black says auto mag.
Can we put
Yeah.
a poll up? Automag versus autococker? How do you do that?
We can't.
let's
but maybe
not start
next,
a war.
You could do that on
Next show we
Facebook.
will. We're on
Can I
limited
do it?
technology.
Maybe later.
No,
I do it with
it's
my phone.
You're lucky we had this up and running.
yeah, exactly.
Wait,
You know what? Okay. By the way, we didn't tell who went through added security.
No
we're
one
not.
asked.
We're not going to say yet. But
people haven't been posting.
I would like to see who you think of all the people on the panel got through extra security.
Got
today.
a random check.
So Josh, best gun.
Was right around the time that the A5 came out, but not just the A5, the A5 Stealth. Because there was, I don't think I've ever seen a marker hit big games and scenario games with such an instant impact. It was like 1 year A5 was out, the next year the Stealth came out, and it's like everybody had to have that.
Yeah.
I've not seen a marker take over a scenario game like that in a long, long time.
Do you remember when the buzz of the A5 itself just came out? People were waiting for that thing.
Yep.
They
There was
were-
lineups.
Yeah.
there was
at the
literal
store.
there was lineups
And
and,
I don't
and
know-
special orders, and it's like
This is going to not really hit home with everybody, but when it landed in Canada at our shop, it was $579.
No, it's $629.
Was it $629?
Yep.
Okay, so $600 Canadian, which would have been about $4.99.
back in the
$4.99?
there, yeah, dollar was closer.
But people were happy to pay it, and I think it was well worth the effort.
It was also right around that era where I loved showing up to the field in the morning because you could hear everybody out on the either the speedball field or the chrono area, and everyone had their cockers out. And you'd walk onto the field, and all you'd hear is. I love that. I miss that. You don't get that now when you walk out on the field. All you hear is,
Thank you.
3, 2,
Ah.
1, go, and then you just hear paint and hit bunkers and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
missing that mechanical. You get to the field and you feel kind of empty because it's just not there.
There's a sound that
So I
you
bring my
hear.
own.
Even now, if you hear it, it's such an individual sound that it's like, hey, what is that? You know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It sticks out.
Let's go all the
You
way
can be
down
in the
to
staging area. You're not even watching, and you can hear, hey, somebody's out there using an autococker. Right?
And
next
that's
time
why
I go
they
to the
brought
field-
back the ICPL.
Yeah.
And that's where
Yep.
you can relive that
Yes.
feeling again.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
next time
Thank you, Classic Paintball.
Or
next time you're
Iron
hungry
City
for that, eat a
Classic.
sandwich.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that comment, I was going to go to Tank, but you know what? Let's skip him and go
Oh,
to
okay.
Joe.
Yeah.
Joe,
Gosh, I
what do
just
you
got
think?
punished.
Best marker.
Pardon?
What best marker, Joe? What do you think?
I did. I talked about the VM68 and the
Okay.
Car 68 AT and all that other stuff.
Okay, so you're going to stick with your answer, even though it's wrong?
Oh.
No, I disagree.
Wow.
Gavin, what do you think?
I thought you just
You
asked
know
for
where I'm
two
going
twice
with
because you
this,
probably
and I get
answered it once.
shamed every time I say it.
Shame.
What are you going to say?
I'm going to
know.
say
You said the
Stingray.
Brass Eagle talent.
it is the Spider.
I typed
the
it.
world was Spider
Oh.
Country when that came out. They had advertisements in every publication, so everybody who thought about who wanted to play paintball couldn't afford a marker. It was the poor man's entry to the sport, and it was fantastic. I saw so many kids, so many adults picking up their own equipment for the first time with Spider, and it was Spider dominated the world for a
I
number
feel that
of
way
years.
about the Ion though too, the Smart Parts
Yeah.
Ion. Yeah.
Only
the same
because
thing.
you're on the barrel bag
Of
and on the
course.
poster.
Thank you, Adam and Billy. Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I'm
And
going.
Graham
with
Easton
that,
too.
And what was I going to say?
Tank.
So, Tank, let's go down to you, buddy. What do
Okay.
you think? The best era of paintball gun.
Oh, my gosh.
And specifically gun. We talked about paint. We'll talk about loaders in a minute. And before you do that as well, who was it? David Veldoff said Rainmaker.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I agree
I
with
have a
that, but
full
that was
auto
definitely, that was like a wannabe
It was
electric
cool.
autocopter.
It was unique,
It was-
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I have a fully auto one.
I mean, I still have one on the wall in my office that I can send him pictures of if he wants it. So,
So what do you think?
Well, okay. Longtime player, longtime field owner. I have to say, realistically, I started with the Splatmaster, but my favorite gun was my VM68 Extra because I had
Ooh.
the 9-ounce tank on the front,
Oh, look at you living
and
life.
then I had the 12-ounce tank on the back.
That's just being greedy.
and
Too
it was
much
like
greed.
26 pounds of
Yeah.
hate.
So no matter
and-
which way your gun was pointed, up or down.
Yeah, it didn't matter. It shot everywhere, and and I had, and then I put a smart parts barrel on it, and I was like super sniper. So that was my favorite, and then my next favorite was the Pro Light when it came out.
All right, yeah.
Then I was a huge mag guy, so I shot auto mags
Yeah.
forever.
Oh, your time is up. Hey, Pev just brought this up, and I wanted to show you guys. I won't be able to do much of a close-up here,
Ooh.
but this here, if you look here, here is the 25 years, 30, and 35-year pins that are going to be awarded
cool.
to all the field owners here that are this
Awesome.
weekend that are, yeah. And if you guys want one of these, all you got to do is claim that you were around for a while. Tank, how long has your field been around?
29 years, January 3rd.
Wow. Thank you,
Very
Tank.
nice.
So talk to us next year then. Oh no, there's a 25.
Really? Really? I drove all the way here for my pen.
How long did it take?
To get a pen?
No, to drive here 29.
29 years
How long
to get a
did it-
25.
Oh, you drove from Texas somewhere.
Yes, 9 hours.
9 hours. Whereabouts in Texas for?
We're outside of Houston in Richmond, Texas, so it's a little suburb of Houston.
Okay.
So 15 minutes outside of downtown.
Hey, John Maskin is saying Spider TL Plus.
Yeah. But that's the first thing you shot.
That was the very first gun I had in my hand, and it didn't work.
Yes, it did.
No, it did
Yes,
not. It did
did.
not work. And who was it? I just saw another one here as well.
Right.
I am sorry. Christopher Delicious Pringle says single best marker he ever had was the CCI Phantom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
a
pretty good.
one.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
I had one
I
of
think we
those.
could all hands down agree that Tippmann Model 98 is probably at the top of the list still. Could anybody argue that? It is the most solid era paintball gun. Yeah,
Greg
Still
Back
run
wants
'em
to
as
know why no
rentals.
drinks are being
Well,
served.
it's still used today
I would too.
everywhere, right?
I would too. Wait till Wednesday night for a disaster
But it is
show.
awfully warm in here.
It is pretty
It's a
warm.
little warm.
I'm a little parched. All right, well, let's talk
hungry.
about...
Axe throwing.
no.
Oh.
Axe? I don't know what I'm talking about.
How random was that?
I don't know.
button,
We got
yeah.
a tank here, so I figured
Yeah.
we could throw
We have,
that in
we have
there.
axe throwing. You said
So
it's tank.
we talked about guns. We talked about paint briefly. I want to know about loaders.
Ah.
So let's talk about loaders. The best loader that ever came out. What made that era? And I know there's great loaders out right now, and that's fine if that's what you want to choose. But I'm going to give you my example. And we're going to watch you guys in the live chat as well. But I still think
Now, just
that-
as a heads up to preface this a little bit, we talked about this after the show last week.
Yep.
And Todd is wrong. But go ahead. It's
it's not the Automag loader that came out. I think the Halo.
called the Warp Drive.
the Halo was the best because it took
Warfy.
the Revy from what it was to something that you could much faster, so it'll keep up with the guns with the electronic triggers, and it was solid. You could like that's back when Gavin broke his ankle the first time for kicking hoppers off guns.
Never.
It was built so
It was a minor
strong.
tear. Minor tear.
You
minor
could
tear.
hunt them. You could do whatever you want. I think the Halo was the best platform, and then from there you had all these hoppers that kind of got built off of that. Who wants to step up and dispute me?
Let be. She's lady
I
first.
think we're running out of
I
time.
mean, the
No, we're not.
viewer was really good, but then the Pinocchio really kind of made a bizarre impact, and then it made an impact again recently
The
with
Pinocchio?
HK. Wait, with HK, I'm speaking with a British accent now.
Yes, that's very nice.
But when HK acquired it,
Yeah.
but the Spire, I feel like has been very consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Tank was going to say this at the beginning of the show, but he thinks the Max loader was the best loader ever made.
Sure. Yes, I did say that 10 years ago.
Yeah, but wasn't that living up to the hype? What about the Draxis? The DXS
Pulse.
Pulse.
Oh my God!
Pulse.
What a piece of.
Yeah. Can we skip that?
I think they wanted to too. You know what? In all fairness, that was a really well built loader. If they would have used a proper plastic, I think that could have been a successful platform.
I think you're right.
But that was
Yeah.
an era of bad plastic for all
It was,
loaders.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every loader broke.
Well, the adult industry took off at that point, so there was a shortage of like that.
Of pliable plastic.
Yeah.
Oh no, he did it.
Ram it. I think the loader that most important loader in paintball
Spit it
was
out.
the WGP ammo box. That's what when we went from
Stick to
nine
that.
round feeding
one of
tubes,
those.
9 round feeding tubes to stick feed to guns that had direct feed. That revolutionized paintball. You were able to shoot now from. Well, you got another beer.
Can you get me one of those? Because I
That
really
is
want to have that.
so cerveza. People's consumption of paint went up. People were able to sustain firefights. It was
I agree.
easier. I think it's fantastic. The WGP ammo box was what took off. From there, without that, we'd still be in the dark ages.
Yeah, Jimmy Churchill agrees with me with the Halo, but Devin Schwartz agrees with you with the ammo
me?
box.
Joe.
Yeah.
Pipe down out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Jimmy Churchill, we're giving a shout out to from William Crook. He says, "Hey, buddy, you're the greatest." Oh, very good.
That's fantastic.
So, what do you think, Gavin? Best loader? What did you say?
Now Joe has me. He's right. Either that or the Revy. Like one of the.
Agree with him?
I know it's only going to go to his head.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So
I'm
we
agreeing with
ta-
Joseph.
So we talked about paint. We talked about guns, loaders, packs, harnesses. We really don't need. What about the
Are
style
you just
of?
skipping over me because you know I'm going to tell you it's
Oh,
the Revy?
snap.
I just, Josh has been traveling all day, so I know he's going to lose his shit if I skip over him.
And what
The
what-
Revy. It's always the Revy. Matt? Yeah. See?
He
you go.
concurs.
Yeah. Matt was holding up a picture of a Revy and a cocker with thumbs up. So.
The original
It's getting dangerous now.
the original
God,
Revys
that's
were
on.
made in Texas
Yes.
Yeah.
at CM Support in
Yep.
Buckner, Texas.
Yeah. Lamar.
I have some original
Yep.
ones in boxes still.
Yeah.
9 volts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the single 9 volt.
Yep.
Yep.
So if you guys are
Have a ton of shells.
Oh, there'll be the good shells too. Then.
They are.
Yeah.
It's because they never broke. You
That's
didn't need
right.
spare shells.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you have any spare battery doors?
I believe I do.
Oh.
Well, we can talk. We have a couple of egg lids and shells.
we have
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
We have egg lids and shells.
Wow, if I needed an omelet, I'd get some from you.
Yeah.
Oh.
The first time I ever met Gavin's brother, he was banging his eggie off the side of a garbage can, trying to get paint that was stuck in the feed neck out.
I thought he was trying to cook lunch.
I think he was too.
Yes.
All right, what's going to win in a match? An egg loader or a pulse?
An egg will
An
last.
egg.
original pulse.
An egg.
But who wins the race? The dead tortoise or the dead hare?
But I will say the pulse loader, for all of its weaknesses, the one pro is it had the RF chip that you could put in your loader and then
That's
put
true.
in your gun. So
Yeah.
that was pretty awesome as well. All right, well, let's reverse this. What is the worst, since we haven't had you guys on the show, what's the worst gun?
Oh man.
What's the worst
No
paint?
comment.
What's the worst loader?
The worst gun, this is going to tick off Gavin, the worst gun ever is the Tippmann C3. Because for
Shut
two
your
reasons.
mouth.
Two reasons.
Shut your mouth. That's sacrilege.
Two
right now.
reasons.
Okay.
Listen.
I'm
two
listening.
Listen. Two reasons. One, they discontinued it. And two, there was not enough made.
Well, there was a propane shortage back in that. Yeah.
Who doesn't want 40,000 shots out of one tank? Huh?
Okay, but the concept
fantastic.
the concept of using propane, right? Compressed air,
And accessories.
compressed air,
Tell
CO2
you what.
isn't as accessible around the world, right? So propane is a wonderful gas that's accessible
Same with nitrous.
everywhere on this planet, right? And so I thought it was a brilliant concept. It's a great gun, and I enjoyed shooting it.
Who else walks out to the paintball field in the morning, plays all day without refilling air, screws it on their barbecue, cooks a couple of hot dogs, takes it off, back on the gun, right back out for the rest of the day.
Depending on
no problem.
Depending on the size of the barrel that you had, you could have cooked the hot dogs in the barrel
Yes.
as you played.
Okay, you
Wrap
guys
bacon
are all
around it as
okay.
you go.
But speaking from a field owner standpoint, do you know how many more hot dogs we sold when a guy with the C3 was on the field? Because people smelt that butane and thought someone was cooking.
That's right.
I'm telling you.
That's
No way.
Field owners unite. C3s
Okay.
for rentals.
Billy Keats in the live chat, you're either dead to me or you got the best comment. Evil Omen. I hope that is because we're talking about the world's worst paintball gun. I still don't know anybody that can show me, other than that one guy who sent us a video, but I still don't believe that was working. Working Evil Omen that still exists these days.
Okay, I'm gonna get in this right away.
I bet Simon has one.
because I'm still
He's the
angry
only
about
one who knows how to fix it.
I'm still angry about this purchase. My Zeus pistol.
We probably warned you.
No.
We probably
probably
said buy. We
warned you,
probably
he
said
probably.
buy this PGP.
No.
It costs a little more.
That is
and
not
it
what
will
happened.
work.
I mean, you guys, the store just opened. You had a lot of inventory on the wall, and you're like, this piece of shit's never gonna sell. So let Gavin pick it up.
Oh, those
And
things were awful.
It worked once, one shot, and that was it.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about the quantum loader? Said William Cox.
Quantum.
With the rat tail or the cat tail in it. And then Mike Holstrom brings up a good one. I don't mean to throw smart parts under the bus, but what about the Nerve?
Oh my god.
Ooh.
That was a great poster.
She was party.
Oh,
She's a real party.
Okay, Devin Schwartz in the live chat says steaming hot pile of garbage was the SP8. I wouldn't agree with
No
that.
way. That was
an
an ion and a scenario body. That was like, again, everyone was.
It took you 20 minutes to be able to shell it to get at the gun itself, but it was I thought it was good.
I think they worked okay.
I thought I liked them.
yeah.
Wasn't it a takeoff of what was supposed to be the new U.S. military gun to replace the M4 carbine? Wasn't it that?
Some
thing?
rumor like that, but I wouldn't hold a flame to that
I think.
unless you got a C3 involved.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good one, Lupe.
Well played,
And I
by the way.
apologize if I'm not calling you the right
You
name.
missed it. It was a good joke.
It is
Lupe.
Lupe. Hi, Lupe.
He
I know
says
you.
the machine vapor.
Oh.
I have never seen one on a field that shot.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
Oh.
David Generou says box mags.
Greg Hastings.
Greg Hastings with beer.
Yeah.
Box mags.
What about the Vanguard?
Vanguard Creed.
Oh.
Okay, I've seen some of those guns work really well, one or two, and then the rest of the
No,
team that
but-
I know that got sponsored by them did not work
There
at
was
all.
two models, right? There was the Vanguard.
Well, there's the
one that
dumpster and
worked
the garbage
that
can.
that worked semi decent, but then the new one that came. I think the second one was the Creed.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. But yeah, everybody had parts for it because everyone had 9 non-working guns.
Very
Yes.
true.
Yes,
Yeah.
9 non-working ones.
You can strip 8 to make one work.
Yes, for 10 minutes.
Yes.
So we are just what, Matt? What is the time, Matt? Before we forget,
Hi. Just come back and sit with us.
48, 49. Okay. So let me know when it's 53. Flash your hands. So, guys, if you're listening to us, first of all, thank you very much. If you're watching us on Facebook, hit that like and share. If you're watching us on live YouTube right now, smash that thing and do what you have to do.
Like and share. Share this. Get people to see this.
Notification
If you're
bell.
listening to us on the RTF Radio Network, thank you very much. Come on over and check us out on any of our Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube feeds, and follow us there if you like what you hear. And if you don't, you want to berate us, do the same thing. Hit that like and share button as well.
And guys, if you're 2 hours from Kitchener, Ontario, home of Flaggers Outdoor Paintball Field, Sunday, March 1st is Red Dawn 15, our annual winter big game. So get yourself registered. Check us out online. Visit us. Play some winter paintball.
Very good. And what's going to happen is we're going to broadcast for a few more minutes on Facebook, and then we're going to say farewell to you guys on Facebook. We're going to stay live on YouTube, and we are going to continue doing our after show podcast for you guys. Is that all right, Matt? I just saw you sink your head in there.
Oh, no.
Okay, so you know what? It'll be a short after show, super short after show then. I want to do that because we have the man, the legend himself, Tank, is here. But then we also have Greg that came on.
I'm more impressed with Tank. I love that guy. I haven't hugged him yet. I'm gonna make my way down there.
Greg, can I ask a question before
Hi,
we go any
buddy.
further?
Hey, buddy.
I'm happy to see your face.
Oh, man, I love your
Texas
beard.
in the house.
I just want to stroke it.
You're the bestest.
Did you
Can I comb it later?
get lost in the
I have
wilderness?
I have the Tank starter kit.
Oh, I'll show you how to grow it.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Nice to see you.
Likewise.
Thank you
Thanks
for
having
taking
me.
a break from your paddleboard,
I am-
not paddleboarding, but your fishing.
No,
and your
I have been discussing time trials with experts. My team is here. We're ready to wow some people, and we're excited.
Very
We're
good.
excited.
We've done the time trials.
I know you guys are fantastic.
We're big consumers and promoters and proprietors of the Hitman Air Power Time
It's funny
Trials.
you say that because I was watching Facebook a couple of weeks ago and I saw this wonderful live broadcast of the time trials.
You
from
guys are
Flaggers.
keeping
It
us
was
high
fantastic.
profile, and it's fantastic.
There was a guy
Thank you.
named even Mad Frog. I think Bad Frog was hosting it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, he was like the official ref. He came
Wait,
up
did
and
you just call
ran
him
the
Bad
time
Frog?
trial.
The maddest
Maddest
frog.
frog. Grumpy Frog.
I think they called you Bad Frog.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Modella
gonna
made
stick.
my lips pucker. Yeah.
Which lips?
Lots of bells
What is
tonight,
that? What is that area called? Missoula?
The Missoula.
The Missoula area or something.
You know, I'm regretting right now only bringing a handful of microphones. We should have brought 24.
We should have. We
That's
could
what we
have
should
had
have brought.
the entire paintball extravaganza could be up here.
Yes.
Talking to the listening audience.
So here's what's going to happen on Wednesday night, guys. We're going to do a little bit longer of a show. We're going to do it from the show floor, and we are going to have a couple of extra mics open up. So we're going to have hopefully Greg and Pebble be on. B will jump back in as Gavin has to have a pit stop in the bathroom. We'll bring someone in his spot, and
Many
then I'll
times,
leave,
my
and someone will
friend.
take my spot.
I can help the ratings go down. No problem.
We'll try to move things around. And
George, hey.
George Hey is over there.
Is he world famous with the
red-
I'm pretty sure.
his beard is longer than any hair I've ever had on my
George,
entire
this won't
head.
play well on the show, but be honest. Do people say that to you when you go to events or go to places?
Yeah.
Is there a T-shirt? Is there a hey T-shirt?
Hey.
And I gotta say, you're
There
beating.
should be a patch.
No, at least. Well, I want a
Hey.
T-shirt.
Yeah. Someone needs
Go
to make a
past the
shirt
patch.
that says,
Go-
"Hi, I'm George," and it goes, "Hey," and it goes around the side of his shirt to the back.
That's really good, actually.
And I was gonna comment, George, your BTB jeggings look fantastic this evening.
Those are good.
Wunderbar.
I'm glad that you guys can't see this at home.
I'm glad though you got the green. It really looks good against your dark hair and your eyes. It's quite nice.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to end the show for live stream on Facebook in just a second, but I do want to say two things to the people that don't like this, but thank you to George for coming to Extravaganza. Awesome. So if you guys are watching us on Facebook, jump over to YouTube or go to our podcast. You guys can listen to the podcast extra anywhere that you get your better podcasts from. So if you guys are watching us on YouTube, on Facebook, thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you guys on Wednesday night live from our show.
Peace out.
Peace out. And if you guys are still with us, that means you guys are here for another
where?
five
They're
or 10
winners.
minutes. And you guys are watching us on Facebook and listening
Or
to us on our
wieners.
on our podcast. stream.
YouTube?
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a great big show coming up on Wednesday night. Greg, are you excited for the show here this week?
I am. I've already seen some top-level field-owning professionals, and anytime you can spend seconds with them, you learn a lot. They're the foundation of our sport. So this is where they can all come together, and their energy pours back into all the others who are here. So I'm excited to be here.
It is quite impressive when you can talk to field owners like Tank and Joe, who have been doing this
Too long.
for too long. Joe,
There's always somebody that ruins it with the too long. Get me out of this.
Joe's actually only 29, but
Yes.
but like you could talk about guys who've owned fields for 30 years. 30 years, or in Peb's case, 35.
But what we were
amazing.
we were talking earlier today, and paintball will be 40 years old next year. So 2021 will be the 40th year that paintball, as we know it, has been
So
established.
it'll be officially grunting and
So
groaning.
like the first paintball game was played in New Hampshire by what later became the
going
survival
for
game
colonoscopy.
with Nelspot 007s and oil-based paintballs by the original game, from what I understand, was a cousin from the city and a cousin from the country, and they thought if there was ever a fight or a battle, who would win? Someone with some country experience or someone with some street smarts. So they set out to try to find equipment, find something they could use to have this fight, to end this, argument, and it came up with the Nelspot 007 pistols and the paintballs, and they had this fight, and then it was so much fun they decided to do it next weekend, and from that the national survival game was spawned.
And then Texas took over and owned it.
Aren't you a little bit country?
Sure.
Country.
I'm a little bit rock and roll.
And I'm going to bring up what Josh just said. If paintball was a real human, it would need a colonoscopy next year.
Yes.
So make sure, if you guys are listening at home,
Get your
here's my
colonoscopy.
soapbox. Get your colonoscopy. If you're over 35,
Was I on a soapbox again? I'm
go get it done,
I'm
ladies and
so
gentlemen.
sorry.
Joe has to make it clear that he has superior historical knowledge.
I don't have his.
No. Put us all down, man.
I don't know.
Make us all look like
You
crap.
know what, Greg? We're all here for one reason: to hashtag grow paintball, and we play paintball. That's
You
the
have
new
a wealth of knowledge.
That's it.
I like listening to you. I listen
Hashtag
to
we
you.
play paintball.
We play paintball. That's our new.
Throwing that out there.
I have an idea for a promotional little video that I'm going to use on my social media. Todd doesn't know it yet, but I have an idea.
So did you hear
it
Greg's
right
trying
now.
to get a new sponsor?
What's that?
Advil.
Advil.
I thought Motrin.
Motrin.
Oh, you know what? But
Any
they
of
turned
you
him down.
sluggish fellas want to race in a parking lot? All right.
I'll race you.
Yeah. So we have a bit of a problem, ladies and gentlemen, and I hate to say this. Matt is signaling from the mechanical tech
announce
booth.
who got the extra search at the airport.
Oh, we did.
But did anyone comment?
The Canadian pat down.
Yeah, which is excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah. No,
So
our
you-
friend Joe got screened. He got the quadruple S's on
Ah.
his screen. Security.
Random.
He said, "Do you want me to give you an extra pat down, or do you want to do the full body scan?" And I said, "Well, when you leave Orlando, or you land in Orlando, you get the full body scan regardless." So I had a full body scan, but I got this. I went through and I was flagged,
Bow,
and
chicka, wow.
they highlighted everything, and I got a file folder, and I walked through. They took all my stuff apart and looked at, why do you have so many batteries? And I said, well, because my flashlight, in case there's a power failure. Why do you have
jumper cables?
Why do you have paracord? And I said, because I need to make a makeshift clothesline.
Are these nipple clamps, sir?
What is going on? Because I'm improvising, adapting, and overcoming. Whatever. Leave me alone. So here we go.
I got to share a room with this guy.
If you wake up all tied up,
Did you get the glove
Gavin
snaps
rubs-
as well?
Gavin rubs the lotion on himself.
Banana, we agreed about this.
I thought your safe word was hippopotamus. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we should probably end this. Tank, thank you for sitting
My
up here
pleasure.
today. That was
Always
fun.
a pleasure.
Big man adventures. Don't
Tank,
mess around with big man adventures.
Tank, I want you to lie to me, sir.
Yes.
Tell me that you watch the show every week.
Can I go every other week? And that's true.
All right.
Every
All
right. You know, that's a reasonable endorsement.
That's good.
We're sorry
Pretty
you
good.
don't have anything better to do.
Almost as good as an endorsement as Ryan McGee in YouTube chat. He says hashtag Missoula.
I think I think Tank is really torn between watching Behind the Bunker or watching PVR This Is Us. So it's tough. So he probably alternates.
Yeah. Well, the reason I watch every other week is because Blue Bloods is on.
Blue Bloods is on where we are. Blue Bloods is on Friday night.
Yeah, but see, we're in Texas, so it's different.
Everything's different.
Next up
Yeah.
on TV Guide Channel, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all are nerds.
Welcome to Movie Phone.
Monday night is New Amsterdam, and
Oh.
you have Lone Star 911.
Yes,
Lone
we do,
Star.
and it's so hokey.
In Memphis, Tennessee.
All right, and thank you to
Matt's giving a thumbs up to B's Let's
B.
Go
I know
for
you don't have a
Dinner.
microphone. Thank you for coming on the
Thanks,
show.
B.
And thank you to Greg for jumping on.
Everybody
Be
loves
more
Blue.
than you can be.
We're gonna have to end this show
B,
here.
because we're
Matt,
getting in
our
trouble.
production
Aggressive.
Guy's getting mad at us.
Aggressive.
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
we're going to be in trouble.
Matt, no,
Like
Matt
and
in our
share.
production booth is telling us we got to go. We've got a problem. He's hungry, and as
Oh,
am I.
that's
So,
important.
ladies
He's
and
gonna get
gentlemen,
angry soon.
thank you
Hot
for
dogs for
listening.
everyone.
Like and share.
Like and share.
Like and share.
All right,
Share.
and let's wish Gavin
Like
his first
and
paintball
share.
extravaganza.
Yes,
some love.
Garvin.
Like and share.
Share.
Like.
Hashtag we play paintball.
Thanks for watching.